Okay, we've made it to the episode that everybody is always waiting for. And I'm like, come on through, Cookie. I'm going up on my soapbox. That's basically it. Let's talk about drag and all its forms. What, Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is my review for RuPaul's Drag Race. This is season 11. We've gotten to the episode everybody's always waiting for, and you got it, Snatch Game. Now, it was strange, very, very strange, but we're going to talk about it. Anyway, but first things first, Evie and Silky. So it's been a whole falling out. They have completely fallen out. There was some little stuff with Evie and Vanjie. I'm like, okay. And Evie literally called Silky talentless. And Silky took it to heart. Silky was like, see, bitch, we're done. We're done. I'm not playing no games with you. It is what it is. I'm going to do you an even better favor. I'm going to get you on out of here. And that is what Silky's take is on it. I said, okay. So I'm sitting and I'm watching them. Then the next thing I know, Vanjie and Evie start going at it. And Vanjie told her, girl, you're too off and on. 1 minute you're helpful, you know what I mean? And you say like smart shit, but it's all supposedly in the vein of helping. But no, girl, you be trying to throw shade, bitch. And that's all that is. And I see that from Evie. Evie does that. She does do that. It's shade on the slide. That is what it is. And at that point, it was like a whole thing of like, we're getting her out of here. And that's it. She's getting out. She's gone. So now you got Vanjie and Silky got their good third eye on Miss Evie giving. Time to go, bitch. Said, girl, you're in their crosshairs. What you gonna do, Miss Evie? Anyway, Rue rolls in. We get to the mini challenge. Mini challenge is to pitch your own self-help book. I said, Lord, this is gonna be a mess. So they all got, quick drag, and they went to doing their little pitches, and everybody's was pretty funny. There was none of them really stood out that much to me. They were all pretty funny. They were. And the winner was actually Silky. Silky won with her book, Eat It. I said, Lord have mercy. I said they were all good. They really were. They were all good. Next thing we know, Morgan McMichaels enters. I didn't really get that whole thing. I think Rue just wanted to give her some shine and just bring her on. It's always good to see Morgan. We love Morgan. It's cool. But I just didn't get her whole point. And then she did this golf ball out the push thing. Whatever. I guess more campy fun, I guess. It went right over my head though. But anyway, good to see you, Morgan, honey. Then we go into Maxi Challenge. Snatch game at sea. Lost. Completely lost. I'm lost with this. I said, what are they actually going to take all the girls on a cruise or what? I still don't know what the hell Rue was going at with that, but whatever. It wasn't nothing but the regular old Snatch game. And let me say this. This was probably the most boring Snatch game as long as we've been doing Snatch game. Boring. It was boring. It really, really was. We had Sugar did Charo. Plastique did Lovely Mimi. Akira did Tiffany Haddish. Vanjie did the little Cash Me Outside girl. That Danielle, whatever her last name is, she did her. Um, Rue came in and actually brought Jinx Monsoon. Always good to see Jinx. And this is Jinx where Jinx lives. Is in Snatch Game. She made her story doing Snatch Game. So she brought Jinx in to help folks along. But I looked at these girls, I said, what is going on? None of you bitches listen. They don't listen. I was like, you got Jinx Monsoon standing here in front of you. We all know Jinx knows what she's doing. Why aren't y'all listening? And then you got Roost that y'all aren't listening. They sat there and they were going with Vanjie. Vanjie was saying she was thinking about doing LaToya Jackson. Well, of course, we all know Rue loves LaToya Jackson. And Vanjie was building this case about why she wasn't going to do LaToya, that she was going to do this Danielle, what is it, Pelosi, some shit. But I was like, why? Why? That little girl's not funny. And shit, Jinx told her that. She said, girl, she ain't funny. She's obnoxious. She's obnoxious. And do you want to come across as obnoxious? Because when somebody else is doing something else, obnoxious could work. But if somebody else is really killing it, obnoxious is just going to be that. It's going to be obnoxious. Ain't nobody going to run to it. Didn't listen. Anyway, and it did. It went toot, toot, toot. It was horrible. It was horrible. It was a whole situation where a lot of these girls were being there. They have strong characters of their own, and she was being her. I saw Vanjie. She was being Vanjie. And then she was doing this voice, then the voice went away, and it was just Vanjie. It was bad. It was bad. The look wasn't even good. It was just bad. And I'm like, she raps. Now, that's the one thing about the little girl. The little girl can actually rap. So if Vanjie could have spit some bars, that could have took it to another place. But the little girl actually can rap with her smart mouth. But she missed all of that. It was just bad. Akira as Tiffany Haddish, I thought just fell flat. There were mixed opportunities. How do you do Tiffany Haddish and never say, she ready? Because, that's Tiffany's tagline. She never said it. And I just was like, okay. She did the little grapefruit thing. But the grapefruit thing don't belong to Tiffany. That goes along with the movie Girls Trip. I was like, no, I didn't get it. I heard Tiffany Haddish did knock me out. At all. Brooklyn did Celine Dion. It was horrible. Absolutely horrible. I didn't get it. She had her look, that makeup, she had her makeup real muted. And I just was like, she looked like a ghost with a suit on backwards. It just, I didn't get it. It was bad. She was bad. Vanjie was bad. Silky did T.S. Madison. Silky missed a lot of opportunities. I was happy, of course, because I'm a huge T.S. Madison fan. And it was nice to actually see somebody do T.S., especially T.S. is like a super fan to the show. She loves RuPaul. And we love her. So it was a lot of hype behind the fact that she was doing our girl T.S. A lot of her references were off. She kept talking about a 9-inch, if you ain't got 9 inches, but that's not the reference. That's really not the reference, Silky. The reference is actually that Maddie is 10 inches, is actually the reference. Maddie ain't told you she looking for a 9-inch. Maddie is holding a 10-inch, and she's bigdickbitch.com was her thing before she got. So that reference was completely off. She did get the drink. She was pouring the drink. She got her Queen's Supreme, and she didn't do that. She didn't say the Queen's Supreme Court. All these little nuances she kind of missed. But again, we were into the hype of the fact that she was doing Maddie. So They let it go. And Rue got a kick out of it because Rue likes Maddie a lot. So Rue got a kick out of it. She missed that. She didn't do hello YouTube land, that whole tagline. But then again, I don't know if Maddie actually trademarked that full on tagline, so she may not have been allowed to say the whole thing on air. So I'm gonna give her that. She may not be able to say the whole thing. Then when she did the 22-inch weave thing, first of all, Maddie's hair is never raggedy. Her hair is never raggedy, and that hair was a fucking rat's mess. So the hair was raggedy, and the line is 22 inches. Yes! That's the line. She missed the line. She was just given, yeah, she missed it. She just missed. Her references weren't all on, because it's new weave, 22 inches. Yes! That's the tag. So, I don't know, but again, we got caught into the hype of her doing Maddie, and I was just happy that Maddie got the shine. So it's cool. We're gonna let her make it. We'll let her make it. But all in all, it was just an okay T.S. Madison. T.S. Madison is very polished, and Silky, she's polished and she's funny. Silky did her, but made her look unpolished, and it was still funny, but it was more of an unpolished. Maddie's polished. She's polished and funny as hell, just naturally. And then there's so many things about Maddie, even how she turns everything into a fucking church song. The only two people that do that, her and Fantasia. I don't give a shit what it is. They always turn it into a church song. Fanny and Maddie is going to, Happy Birthday will be a church song. One of my favorite little clips that she did, she was singing, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, hallelujah. Anyway, I'm moving on. Love that damn Maddie. Moving on. Evie, girl, you need your ass whooped. You need your whole entire ass whooped for being disrespectful to Whoopi Goldberg. Girl, you were the worst, period. And I don't know where that came from, this whole thing with Whoopi. Whoopi has all these nuances, and you brought us the character of Whoopi and made her look raggedy, made her look like a homeless person, and also had her looking like she had some type of mental issues. I was like, not funny. I thought it was offensive myself. But anyway, I wasn't feeling that. Whoopi, bitch. Your ass whooped. Anyway, Nina West did Harvey Firestein, and she switched up characters midway through and became Joanne Worley. So I actually would have given the win to Nina, is what I would have done. Though both characters are very close. And I see Nina a lot in them. But the fact that she took on two characters, that was ballsy. Because you could have really killed one and really messed up the other and messed yourself all the way up. I thought she did an okay job with both. I would have actually given the win to Nina West, but they didn't. The win actually went to Silky. The win overall went to Silky. Again, I think we were caught up in the hype of everybody loves T.S. Madison. So it was a good pick, bitch. You made a good pick and it worked for you, but I wouldn't have given you that win, but okay. Cool, no problem. In the midst of that, after we do all that, Vanjie ended up apologizing to Evie. Evie apologized to Silky. Silky's old mean bitch like me, and wasn't buying it. Silky was giving girl, whatever, bitch, you out of here, bitch. So she wasn't feeling it. She wasn't feeling the apology. She was like, that bitch trying to play me. You're not playing no mind games with me, whore. You're out of here. You stepped me wrong one time too many. And I understand because y'all know I'm that way, and I get it all the time. People get mad at me. No, I don't forgive well, and I tell y'all that all the time. I try to tell people that I'm always. I explain it. I don't forgive well, so don't piss me off, and then we don't have to go through that. Because once you get on the other side, chances are you ain't getting back over on the other side. So I try to warn people. But anyway, moving on. Silky wasn't buying the shit. Um, Rue. Rue came out onto the runway. Now, y'all know I've stopped even commenting about Rue's dresses. I'm like, I ain't gonna keep reading Rue. Y'all know I love Rue to death. But I ain't gonna keep reading her about that same McCall's pattern and then the 12 different variations. But Miss Rue came through looking like the RuPaul Barbie doll today, honey. I said, come on through, naked Rue, bitch. That bitch came in there and gave you this little mini. That's old Rue, baby. That's the Rue from back in the day. Y'all bitches better take notes. That bitch gave you legs. Legs. And I said, come on, Rue, bitch. She brought it on through, baby. Hair and legs. I said, that's what I'm talking about, bitch. Waist is big, bitch. Tore it up. It was old Rue. I was here for it. I loved it. I said, get it, bitch. Then the whole runway was sequins on the runway. And I was like, come on, bitches, let's go. Let's go. Listen. Silky, I lived for the coat, bitch. I got the reference. She said I came out with two of my favorites, honey. Diana Ross and Aretha Franklin, baby. She was giving you titties. And that was the other thing. She missed the motherfucking titty bounce on Maddie. All that meat you got up there, girl, you ain't do the titty bounce? I said, girl, that would have killed. If that bitch would have jumped up there and got the bop. Anyway, come on, let me stay on track. So I got the reference. I looked down and I see the motherfucking white ass shoes. I said, silky bitch. Bitch, if you don't get your ass somewhere, honey, with this blue gown and these motherfucking silverish, whitish, goddamn muffins, honey. I said, oh, them shoes were the worst. But everything else, she looked pretty. Her hair was good. Loved the coat. Loved the gown. Them shoes fucked me all the way up. I said, child. And I'm reading. I am reading, but y'all know that I live for Doctor Silky Nutmeg Gounache, honey. I'm Silky. I'm still Team Silky, but when she wrong, she wrong. And them shoes, girl, them little dick beaters. I was like, no, ma'am. Them was little muffins, honey. I said, girl, get out of here with them damn shoes. Anyway, those were terrible. Plastique, sickening outfit, but you look ridiculous. It was sitting away from her. She needed a band or something around the back. Her whole freaking boy chest was showing. I was like, no, ma'am. But everything was, her hair was sharp. Her makeup was flawless. The outfit was bad as shit, but it didn't fit. It didn't fit. It literally, it just, I don't know if all that, see, and that's again, I think they're in those outfits so long that them things that are made with like plastic and stuff like that, I think that sometimes maybe from the lighting and stuff, they get the stretch and you sweating and get the stretching and all that production. But you got to think about all that when you're putting these things together. But it just came, I was like, that's awful. Awful, awful, awful. But anyway, um, Sugar's gown was gorgeous. It was gorgeous. And Rue went up for the gown. That's like one of the first times that I've seen Rue really go in like that on somebody's gown. Child, she'll probably end up giving it to her child. But she went up for the gown. And it was very yeah. Who's that girl, honey? It was really sharp. Really, really sharp. Eggplant. It was eggplant, which is such an odd color, but it looked so good on her. It was cool. It was really good. And also, when she's in Snatch Game, her chara wasn't bad. It was. I'm like them. I wanted it to be more, but it wasn't bad. She did kind of favor Chara. I was cracking up. So that was cool. But listen, That goddamn runway was completely slayed by motherfucking Brooklyn. Brooklyn took the runway, baby. She gave me this afro, and you know I was gagged. I said, "Come on, bitch." She had this cape on, and everything was all sequins and shit. These thigh high boots on. I said, "Bitch, you better come on out here and give me Cleopatra Jones, bitch." It was everything. Then the bitch spun around and did one of these, and all of it came off, bitch. The motherfucking cape and the wig, and the bitch was giving you blonde long hair, baby, and it gave you nothing but Miss Continental. I said, done. Done. I said, now, you bitches that's always trying it about a pageant, I already told y'all. Don't keep playing around about no bitch that been Miss Continental. That, my darlings, is what Miss Continental looks like. That bitch came out there and gave you body, and got the falling back on the floor and giving you sex kitten. That, my darlings, is what the Miss Continental pageant is about. That is what Miss Continentals give. Okay? She gave you the essence of the Mimi Marks, bitch. Chanel Dupree, bitch. Tasha Long. Shall I go on? Monica Monroe. Shall I go on? Giselle Barbie. Shall I go on? Sasha and Stasha. Honey, quit playing. That is what Miss Continental gives. I said, Miss Brooklyn, you just shut the girls down, honey. She brought Continental all the way to the RuPaul's stage, and I was so here for it. It was so gag worthy. I loved it, honey. I just got my life. The outfit was sharp. Everything was on. Tore the damn runway up. I was like, okay, girl, well, you definitely gave yourself a nudge up because you fucked up your snatch game. But girl, your runway was everything, bitch. And they were gagged. And see, Rue knows about it, and so does Michelle. And Michelle was gagged. Michelle did one of my numbers. I was like, bitch! It was good. It was very good. But anyway, moving on. So we ended up, Brooklyn still ended up in the bottom. Evie ended up in the bottom. I was like, oh shit. Silky won overall. They were being kind, and that was fine. So they had to lip sync to Sorry Not Sorry Demi Lovato. Honey, I said, here we go. And I was like, come on, well, Brooklyn, first of all, your outfit is already giving me Demi Lovato because you know Demi Lovato gives you sex. Talk that talk, baby, honey. Walk that walk. We're cool for the summer. Child, Miss Demi, you know Miss Demi gives you sex and lesbian sex and sex and sex. I was like, come on. So she was already dressed for the occasion. I just was looking like, what does Miss Evie Gray give? Because I was looking at her outfit and I was like, girl, that outfit is just ugly. But that's Evie. It's a mishmash, pish posh of bullshit. And I was like, okay. Baby, they got started. And I was like, all right, I'm watching. I'm like, okay, this is good. Then Evie did this little flip. I knew that was going to happen. And she came up out the wig, did a wig reveal, and bitch looked around and I said, woo, she's a very kinky girl. I said, girl, what is she doing with Rick James's wig on, honey? I said, oh, that's just ugly, honey. It was giving me Rick James, bitch. But it wasn't even long enough, bitch. It was short as really the Mary Jane girls, bitch. I said, in my house. I said, girl, that wig was ugly. But whatever. Let's go. Bitch, they went in. And bitch, it ended up from that point being a gymnastics competition. It was all these weird stretches and bitches standing on their shoulders and parting their legs and exposing their puss. Very continental. And yeah. And I was like, Rue, I already know what you should do, bitch. Let's see what you do. And Rue did exactly what I thought she should do. She said, Shantae, bitch, you both stay, honey. And said, you bitches in the back, y'all better pay attention because we got a couple of lip sync assassins on our hands, honey. I said, yes, yes, yes. It was very interesting, honey. I said, y'all saved this episode because I was mad as hell about my Snatch game being fucked up. I was mad, baby. I was evil at the Snatch, because the Snatch game was boring. It really was. It was just as boring. But, baby, they made up for it with this lip sync. They got down. It was a complete gymnastics competition. But anyway, that's it. I'll catch you all next week for the next episode, honey. I'm enjoying season 11. Season 11's been pretty good. It's been really entertaining. All right, y'all. I'll catch y'all next week. Later.